Right, so here's the elevator, the main bits and pieces of the elevator constructed. We just have to put our bits of balsa down the sides to finish off our stabilizer and also finish off the elevator. As you can see, this is one piece of wood, and the instructions tell us to do it like this because we will separate these afterwards, because it makes it easier for sanding as one big structure, because the elevators are going to be quite delicate. So the bulk of the sanding can be done prior to these being cut, and then it just leaves us the leading edge of the elevator to sand round to its profile once it's been separated. Before I do glue these balsa struts in, I will just give you a quick pan in to let you see what we have done so far. And as you can see, there we go, this is the construction. As you can see, it's quite tidy, and that's the way I like to build, keeping on top of everything as we go. So now all it leaves me to do really is glue these last bits in, which I will leave the video running just so you can see me doing that. If you notice, I've put the little 1/2 inch by 3/8 in the corner there, and it's just a case now really of gluing either end. And I'll put some glue along here and there. I put quite a liberal amount of glue on here because it can squeeze out, so we can clear it up as we go, and we really do need these to be nice and securely stuck together. Right, so there we go. And what I'll do is I'll get a pin here with my hammer, tack it in. Again, we come here, put a little bit of pressure on there while we tack our pin in, because we want everything to mate together nice and tightly. Again there, and one more here. Right, then I'll just do the other side in exactly the same manner. And our glue there. Okay, and then I'll just push this into place here, making sure it's all lined up, fits nice and snugly, and again apply a little bit of pressure on the side just to push it nice and tightly together, make sure it mates together, and again down here like so, and here like so, and then just put one in here for good measure here. And I nearly forgot, we just need to glue our gussets in. These were pre-cut earlier. Again, because these are going to form the corners of the trailing edge of the elevator, I put quite a liberal amount of glue in there just to make sure they're nice and firmly stuck. And then what I'll do is I'll just put a pin, not in the gusset itself, but to the side, just to hold it in place. And again, likewise, I'll do the same with this end here. Okay, pop this in, and again, get a small pin, just lightly put some pressure on there and pin it in. There we go. Now the only thing that's really left on this elevator is just to put the diagonal braces in on here, which I will do next time we come back to this project. The other thing I've decided to do, on the full size this would have been a closed loop system for the elevators. On the model it is actually a push rod that runs through the fuselage. I've done some research, and I need to put some small blocks in here that will basically accept the elevator horns for the closed loop system. This is a modification to the actual kit, but I think it's going to give us a more scale-like appearance once the model's been completed. Okay, right, all I have to do now is tidy up as usual, so I'm sure you don't want to see that, so I'm going to sign off again and do that and go and get a nice cup of tea to end off my day. Thank you. Hello again. We're just in the final stages of finishing this construction of the stabiliser and elevator, and the last job I have to do as per the instructions is to put the diagonal braces in on the elevator, so they're going to be placed in there. This is carried out pretty much like we did last time. Again, I'll take my aliphatic glue and place a piece of glue on either end and just generally work through and place these into place on top of the 332 packing pieces, which I've already pre-positioned underneath. Again, I've pre-cut these in the same way as I've done before by lifting the structure of the plans just enough to place the balsa strip underneath in its required location to enable me to mark out and cut the joints. And as you can see, these go in quite smoothly and make the job a lot quicker. If you cut them all out beforehand, it's just a case of putting a few blobs of glue on either end and working your way through the process of sticking them in. Right, they're all in now, nice and quickly. Pre-cutting the stuff makes it a lot quicker, and you can just work straight through a section and get done quite quickly, as you can see. Now, when I mentioned last time, we were saying that I was going to look at doing a scale addition to this, which isn't covered in the instructions. As I say, the elevators would have been run by a closed loop wire system on the full size. So what I've done, I've got done some reference on the internet, got myself a drawing and located where the actual horns would come up through the elevator, ready to receive the closed horn. And because I'm going to do that, I need to put some little blocks in. So I've made some little blocks in. I've cut the required gap that I'm required to push the horn through to, and it's just a case of going in now and just pushing these into place and sticking them in. So there's one there and there's one on the other side, like so, and it's just a case of bringing it in, popping it in position, and there we are. As usual, what I will do now, which I won't waste your time with, I will go through and I will clean up all the glue joints, and I'll probably pin these down just to make sure they're nice and firmly connecting with the packing strips underneath. And then basically that's it for this elevator until we come to the shaping and the sanding of it. What I will do, once this is dried, I will lift this off the board, and I'm fortunate I have access to a photocopier, and I will actually photocopy this section of the plan, especially on the corners, onto card, and I will cut the card out. I can lay this over this because it's all exactly as per plan, and then I'll be able to just mark on the curvatures, the leading edge, the trailing edge and the stabilizers, and then that gives me my rough shape, so when I start sanding it all ends up looking exactly as per the plans and what the full size would be. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for sticking with this part of the build. There'll be more to come. I think the next thing I'll start doing, again, a small item, because it's been quite nice to go through this. It's been fairly straightforward. The rudder section on this model is a little bit more involved than this was, so it'll be nice to move on to that. And then by the time we've done that, and with having done this, it'll give me a good idea of how the instructions are running and how to work with the instructions alongside the plans. Anyway, I shall shut up now, tidy up, go and have a cup of tea, and I'll see you next time, which will probably be for the rudder. Thank you.